Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph. I'm really excited about today's video because I get to collaborate with my friend TMIDD. If you don't know him, check him out. I'm going to put his link down below. But what we're going to do is we're actually doing a shoot together. Even though we're in different parts of the world, we're still going to be shooting together, and it was entirely his idea. He's going to talk more about that. But basically, I'm going to create a set of images inspired by his channel, or basically his style of shooting. And if you notice him, there is a lot of spice in his images, from the models to the styling and even to the contrasting lighting that he likes to introduce in his shots. And so I felt I could pick elements from that shoot, that particular shoot. There was one particular one that caught my eye, and I felt I could pick things around in my studio and then try and replicate that, and then just add a few elements that are more of me into the shot. But then I'm still going to embrace the spice that he likes to introduce in his images and also play with a lot of contrast. And so for me, I rather went with my deep focus reflector to create this really dramatic image. And then in my mind, I felt like I was going to add some colors in post, right, just to spice things up. The way I shot it, I really wanted to get some really wide shots, to create like this really artistic feel. And then I also wanted to create, some dramatic, shapes and character with her posing and the structure that I was getting. But towards the end, I switched things up and then I went for a 2-light setup. So I'm actually gonna, let you guys start watching the video, but stay through to the end because you will see the second lighting setup that I created with 2 lights, and then just trying to play with the silhouettes of the subject and adding fabric, just to add texture to the shots. So I feel you're really going to enjoy that section. But then again, Timmy is also going to be doing the same thing. So he's going to go onto my channel, my Instagram, figure out the kind of things that I like to implement or include into my photo shoots, and then just try and build off of that. And so links to all those videos are going to be down below. I hope you enjoy this collaboration. This is going to be the first of many. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, don't ever give up. So what we're doing is a very simple 1-light setup. And let me just walk you through it. We have my flash point, all Godox 8600 PM. I'm modifying that with my 35-degree deep focus reflector. And in there, I added a grid. If I can just show you that. So there's a grid in there. And what it's supposed to do is help me focus the light exactly where Chris is, so that we have a glow, hitting the backdrop and just hair. Everywhere else around is going to go dark. If I also go a little bit off to the side, you guys can see that she's not too far off from the backdrop. So we know that we're going to cast some of the light coming from our main strobe onto the backdrop, and that's going to help create the drama in the lighting that we want. It took me a while to figure out the placement, so I'm sure if you want to recreate it, you also have to experiment to, see what's going to work for you. Then I added, this fabric onto the box that we made her sit on, just to create some texture and add more drama. And for the styling, I just gave her this fishnet that we repurposed into a top, added some flowers because why not? And I'm shooting with my Canon R5 and Sigma 24-70 R lens. So this pretty much is what we're doing today. Chris, are you ready? Yeah. I'm just going to start working with Chris. Yeah, I like that. So because of how the light is positioned, right, I would want you to, whatever you do, just lift your chin a little bit so we have very nice light on your face. Yeah, that's nice. What you're doing, keep it, but move to the edge of the box. Yes, 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 that's it. Perfect. Yes. Don't put too much pressure on that hand. You can bring it out. Bring it, yeah, that's nice. Love. Yeah, that's it. One more. Okay, so bring your face, look here, too much, right there. Perfect. Can you bring this hand more to the edge of the box? Nah, opposite, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's beautiful. One more shot. If you try to like your legs like that, yeah. And then you can have the, yeah, okay. I'm gonna shoot some in landscape so we have like more real estate to play with. And I'm just gonna go wider. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's nice. Beautiful. I moved my main light, which was being modified with this 35-degree deep focus, and I've pushed it to the back because what I want to try out is, just to create a very harsh edge on Chris right over here. And because, the area that is facing us is going to go into shadow, I just decided to add this Flashpoint 400, and I'm adding these red gels in there so that the shadows would have some color to it, and just creates a mood in the images. I also draped more of the red fabric on the floor to add texture. We're going to take these and then see what we get with this new lighting setup. Yeah, that's nice. That's actually nice. All right, I just want to do a quick demo for you guys to see the process that the image went through from Capture One to Photoshop. So this is one of the final images I love so much. I don't know, for some reason I just play with black and white and it worked, and that is why I have the black and white versions, and I feel I'm more drawn towards those. So this was the image that I started off with. I really liked the red in the beginning when I was capturing the images, but that's a good thing with gels. When you're shooting with gels, you always have flexibility to change the colors in post, and I felt that the colors were a little bit strong. So let's just go into Photoshop and then see what we did. So after I cropped the image down inside Capture One to get the 4:5 ratio that I always like, this is the raw impulse that came straight into Photoshop. So after here, what I did was I just brightened the reds a little bit and the general mood of the image so I can see a little bit of information in the midtones. And then I added a bit of light onto her face because you can see that before that her face a little bit dull because the light was not really positioned to light her face so much. It was more of her chest area, so we don't have a very bright harsh light on her face. This curve just brightens the face and then brings the illumination to match the upper torso of my subject. Afterwards, I did a bit of skin healing, just to remove some of the blemishes as you can see on her face. And then I run my frequency separation action. So we don't have my workflow actions. This is how it looks like. It has a ton of actions in there, over 20 of them. You can choose the individual actions, and then you can also choose the one that is going to create all the layers that you need for retouching. Then the next thing I did was just create a curves that also further brightens and saturates the red even more. And then now I changed the color into a more muted tone. I felt like the red was really strong. It was really in your face, but this just gave it a cute feel that I loved so much. Afterwards, what I did was now begin to play with the hues in the images, trying to, add a bit of contrast into the images. So I just darkened the background so we have more prominence of our subject in the shot. The next thing I did was just to create a film grain. So if I go into my actions right here, this is a film grain action. And so I just ran that, but I didn't want that to cover my subject. So as you can see, if I do a quick before and after, you will see that the film grain is only affecting our background and not our subject. That's because I have a mask on there that is separating my subject from the background and then just isolating the film grain effect just to work or appear on the backdrop. Then I ran a noise action. Right, let me zoom into her face a little bit more. So this is before the noise action. You can see that it is digital. It looks like an image that you will get from your digital camera, your digital or mirrorless cameras, right? And I just put this noise filter directly on my subject. And also what I did was I just created a mask that is making sure that the noise is not affecting the backdrop. It's just affecting my subject. So after I did that, I just added a bit more curves, just to brighten the overall look of the image, just like that. All right, you can see before and after. This just brightens it a little bit, and this was going to be the final tone that I was going to go for. So I didn't want that red anymore. I just wanted a very cute looking color, just so it's not as strong and saturated as the red, right? Then also I just desaturated it by pulling down the vibrance and saturation, and then it also gave me this black and white feel that I absolutely love. So thank you so much, Timid, for letting us jump on this collaboration. I hope we can do more collaborations in the future. I can't wait to see what we're able to create together. If you want my actions, if you want my presets, if you want anything that I'm selling, my digital store is available. The link is down below. And so when you head over to my website, I'm sure you will find a product that suits your needs. Just go on there, check it, cop something to support your boy. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And remember, don't ever give up.